This week sees the annual celebration known as the Tournament of Ages, a charity community event held every year on the Moonguard server that sees thousands of visitors. Having never participated in such an event, and being invited by fellow content creator, friend of the stream, and all-around swell guy, Sixsten, Pyro ventures forth into parts unknown to see just what all this RP nonsense is about.
Hello?
Hello, what's up?
Oh, it didn't make any sound when we connected. What the fuck? What's up, dude? It's the boy. It is, dude.
What's up, everybody? Actually, probably gonna end my own stream here because I don't want to have to. There's a lot I gotta handle right now.
Oh, sure. I understand that. I was just trying to explain to someone how warband loot works while also selecting talents while also figuring out if I was gonna call you.
My lovely partner has been holding a spot in this group for you. She's now.
Oh, thank you.
Send you an invite.
Oh, right. I have to pick up an elixir of tongues or something or multiple of those.
I can trade you.
Oh,
some inky blacks are recommended.
Nice. Oh shit. Okay.
There is sharding right now. So we have anchor groups. Everyone is in giant raid groups right now to kind of keep everyone in the same instance. So Moonguard is a special realm for anyone in chat that doesn't know. It does not have sharding typically. Though when you have something like pre-patch where there's like a big event going on, sharding gets turned on in a localized area. So where if there's a bunch of people in one place, they might not all see each other. And you know, it's unique for that. But because of pre-patch, this event is currently sharded, and we're waiting on Blizzard to fix it. And because Blizzard is here, because this event puts such a strain on the servers, they have to be.
Holy cow.
Yeah. Oh, get ready to see a ton of people.
Yeah, I think I've seen like mass numbers in FF14, but I don't think I've ever seen it in WoW. Like I've never done like any RP events or gone to anything like this in World of Warcraft. I have it in FF, but not like this. So I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to lag and check it out, dude. I'm stoked.
You're gonna get a summon. We're currently in the stands. Currently, this is not a place you're able to enter, and I would stay on the lower levels of the ring. I would just come find me and hang out near me.
Okay.
For context, last year had about 3,000 people at the opening ceremony. Because of
Holy
sharding, it
shit.
won't be the full extent, but it'll still be the most people we've ever seen in Warcraft.
Okay. They said that they only have one warlock and he's offline, but there's another warlock that I see.
Yeah, it's Thermobuller. Let's see if he helps out.
Nice. I would do it, but you know, I'm the moron who needs a summon.
I messaged him. I know the Warlock. He was my my go-to guy. He's actually a fan of your channel. He was excited.
Oh shit.
You actually have quite a lot of fans in the RP community, given your...
Really?
Yeah, well, they're big lore people.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Like some of the only people that probably actually care about lore.
Especially when it comes to like in-depth lore.
Cool.
So the funny thing is, when I first came to Moonguard, when I switched to the server, I got recognized as, you know, new lore YouTuber guy, for the first time ever. So that happened for the first time, and then like a day later, I got recognized. Hey, aren't you the guy from Pyro's chat? And,
oh my
God,
goodness!
destroyed my soul.
Oh my god! That's not the way that you want to be recognized. That's cool though. That's cool.
I just wish back like, yeah, I make videos too, man.
Yeah, I got TRP 3.
I think this would be a good stream to kind of show the basics of RP for any of the viewers. So if you,
Sure.
on your minimap icon, you should have like a D20 icon. If you want to right click that.
Okay.
And that should pull up your thing. If you go to character on the left.
Out of character. Oh god.
That's so you can, like, if you're walking around Valdrake, you don't want people to think you're in character, you know?
I'm gonna be a newcomer with my little... I don't really feel that I'm actually a newcomer to roleplay. I feel like that's disingenuous, but I'm gonna say that anyway. I'm pretty familiar with it.
When I transferred over to Moonguard at first to research for my video, I just people watched for like 2 weeks because there's so much like culture you have to catch up on.
Yeah.
Like etiquette.
That's how I felt when I was invited to Lunar Con and Final Fantasy, because I was like, I don't really know how any of this works, so I'm just gonna like go where people tell me to go, and like if I have a little bit of like a liaison, I'm gonna just kind of let them tell me where to go, because I just didn't want to be in the, you know, step in the wrong place or like cut a line by accident or whatever. Now when I go to LooterCon, I'm like, what's up? Like saying hello to like the tournament, or not tournament, but like the event organizers. I'm like, hey, how's it going? They're like, hey, come up to the front. Like, why are you in line for? It's really cool. There's RPers and stuff, and people who put on in-game events, I think, are like honestly some of the most fun people to play with and like and hang around with. Because if you have the creativity to like put an event on in the game that otherwise like doesn't have like a native like support for it, I think that that's like really cool. That's one of the reasons why RuneScape stands out as a game, because like the players were so creative in their game modes and stuff that they would come up with. You know, that's what kind of got old school and a hardcore mode and all that stuff put in there. So I think it's really cool, and it's really good for games, man. Like players that can inspire the companies that make the game that they play to do better, I think is like the best fucking thing. Like the fact that there's like actually Blizzard people there to like help ensure server stability, I think says a lot in terms of like the value that they see in it for the community, you know?
Mm-hmm. Especially in Dragonflight especially, they've actually gone out of their way to kind of create RP features for us.
That's cool.
Like the trading post has been huge for the RP community. So
sure.
You know, you had the beach trading post, right? Well, everyone's trying to do beach day events, so now we've all got beach gears and swimsuits. You know, typically those kind of outfits are hard to make.
Yeah.
And you know, the other day I was reading an RP guide because I was trying to find a location for an event, and I was reading it. I'm like, huh, the author, Aunt Stickney, she sounds familiar.
Why does that
I was like, oh, that Aunt Stickney.
Yeah.
Yeah, it turns out there's a lot of RPers that work at Blizzard, and that's kind of why over the years they've kind of like started adding more and more, because RPers love the game so much that they're like bleeding into the dev team.
At the end of the day, like, I guess someone like me who does like lore analysis and theories, it's like at its root, that's pretty much like, I don't know. It's not directly RP in terms of playing a character, but I feel like it ties pretty directly into that. So that it's definitely cool to see people who I consider to be like lore geeks inside of Blizzard also like getting involved with the RP side of it, because it's like so much fun and just like such a different way to play the game from like the bog standard, just like log in, do your raids or whatever, and then log out, you know?
Yeah, because I've started the game, you know, as a kid, and I like was always reading the books, super loved it, huge RP nerd for as long as I remember. A few months ago, I learned about RP, and I'm like, oh wait, this giant awesome world of art, like lore that I've learned about. How about we put some wheels on this and we drive it around? Like, let's live in it. Like the example I always like to give is, so Gilneas is the guild that I joined for obvious reasons.
The server, you mean?
Huh?
Is it the Gilneas server, or it's a guild?
The guild that they are the proxy of the kingdom of Gilneas, so they act as if they are.
Holy shit! What?
Yeah.
What?
That's pretty much every
sick.
so
what?
There's pretty much there's pretty much a kingdom guild for every single major lore faction. I was just hanging out with the Silver Covenant the other day. But so they recently had the reclamation, right? And you may ask questions of like, hey, what's Gilneas up to after they just reclaimed their city? The actual lore, no really clear answers for that.
Right.
But when I joined Moonguard and I joined the Gilneas Guild, they were embroiled in a ton of controversy. You know, in-character controversy, not actual controversy.
Sure.
Because in their parliament, someone suggested a bill for allowing undead Gilneans to come back to the city and be citizens because they helped with the reclamation, and everyone was really opinionated on that.
Oh boy.
And that's the kind of thing that like you assume would happen given what had existed in the lore, but because of like the restraints of making a giant video game, they can't really like do that. But the RP community is able to like take those like tiny little details and like flesh it out. You know, like we take the world for a spin.
Yeah, that's really cool. Kind of like adding your own depth to it through like logic and reason for what's already kind of like established as having happened. Yeah, so like that undead example is a really good one, obviously, because for anyone who doesn't know, Sylvanas and her crew, they didn't do very nice things to Gilneas, and especially not the son of the ruler of Gilneas. So yeah, that's really cool. Like, and you would think like that there would probably be more opposition to that, and I guess that is in a way through the game expressed a little bit through the Scarlet Crusade, kind of. But like, it's not really the same event, obviously, with the undead actually moving back in. That is curious to consider as well, too, you know, like, given Kalia's involvement and all that stuff. So that, like, I feel like there is, like, nice basis to do that kind of thing. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Because, like, yeah, like, you pretty much try, like, etiquette-wise, not to involve major RP characters, because you try to make RP lore that still works with canon. So, like,
sure.
Tess Graming doesn't do anything but we have
Right.
Duke, who is the representative, and we have a parliament that like passes laws, and a monthly newspaper that is regaling things.
Right. So it's got its own
there's
like
so many-
structure, while also like
Mhm.
respecting kind of what's to a degree what's been done like in the game already.
So a fun thing is because we're currently in the pre-patch right now, we have the echoes and the radiant song and all of that, and so right now there's a large effort by all the alliance groups to do events that are about the echoes. So the other day, I was in Dalaran filming the Silver Covenant. We're doing an event around the Purge of Dalaran, like echoes of Silver Covenant and Jaina Proudmoore exiling Sun Reavers and like having to deal with that.
Oh,
And,
that's
like,
kind
it
of
adds
sick.
so much. Like Blizzard just like, oh yeah, there's like this radiant song people are hearing, and that's like, you know, we haven't really interacted with that as players, other than like it's a thing that exists in the lore. But like as an RP player, that's been like a big problem. You know, like there's been like meetings of concerned citizens being like,
Right. What the
keep
fuck is
seeing
this?
These visions, yeah, we're going crazy.
And that's
Um,
what happened in Final Fantasy 14. You know, not to spoil anything, in the Shadowbringers expansion, there's a bit there where everyone's hearing this message, or a lot of people are, and there's kind of, I wouldn't say mass hysteria, but definitely some confusion about like what is being seen, what does it mean, and to like see. I feel like that's a game, you know, not the WoW. You know, doesn't WoW's got an amazing world and world building and stuff, but it's an example of a time where they hit on it very directly in something like Final Fantasy. So I really do enjoy that kind of stuff. I think that's really cool. And so like, yeah, in this game, I think that it would be more. I think it would be more interesting if it was situations like that, like really meaningful situations, especially if they were ones that like pertained to some of the people potentially getting some of these like whispers, right? Maybe memories or events that link to them, or something like that, or just catastrophic events, whether, you know, social or, you know, kind of like what you're saying with the Sunreaver stuff. I think that would have been pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
What they have in the game as it stands is kind of, you know, kind of seemingly like ambiguous and kind of like not really that meaningful in terms of like what the echoes are actually representing. Like there's definitely interpretation to be had there, but I think that it would be much more interesting, at least to a degree, to like tackle some of those events like what you described. I think that's such a great example of that happening. You know, maybe like the assassination of like King Rastakhan or something, and like the effects of that, or like the death of Sourfang or something, you know, like those kinds of pivotal moments.
I remember Banarak, who's another creator that's on RP Realms. He told me about how during the Siege of Orgrimmar, there was a lot of RP stuff around like dealing with Garrosh's policies and like trolls and Tauren not being welcome within the city anymore, and how they like played that all out.
Yeah.
And it's like so much fun. And now like doing the Radiant Song, I get that idea of how like much more it adds to the depth. Because COG, I'm not sure about other guilds. I just know that we recently implemented this. There's like a narrative director in charge of the guild whose whole job is to make sure everyone is like staying on a nice, clean narrative path, and like everything canon-wise is like clicking together nicely.
Right.
So like we have like a calendar of like, oh, here's like a Gilneas event, make sure nothing overlaps. The Kingdom of Stromgarde, actually a major presence on Moonguard, not in lore nowadays, but
Yeah.
you know, they're still there.
At least we got the Arathi. Yeah,
Oh yeah, and then like, you know, like they added Minari playable to the game recently, and so currently, there's like a whole big problem of like, are Minari allowed to walk on the streets of Stormwind, or like,
I'm a
are they
Minari
still
right
kill
now.
on sight?
I'm a Minari warlock wearing Draenei heritage armor. People are gonna love that.
Yeah, you might get a weird look here or there.
That's fine. I mean, hey, I paid attention to the heritage quest line. I don't know about everybody else, but I mean,
Because like they have to answer these like very nuanced questions. Like the lore is like, okay, we're cool with Minari now, right? But like, how is specifically does like a Stormwind paladin feel about a Minari?
right.
Like, you have to try and come up with answers for these like more granular questions.
Yeah, I think someone
like,
like
what is
Turalian
someone-
looking upon a Minari would be a little different than most of us.
Yeah. Well, you also try to figure out like my favorite like thought experiment is what does the average Westfall farmer think? Like, does a Westfall farmer know about the Titans or the World Soul? I'm gonna guess he knows about the Titans, not the World Soul, but like they worship the light. Like
I'd wonder if he thought it was just like, oh, it's a red Draenei. Like, how did that happen? Like,
that's weird.
You know, like, I've never seen one of your. Like, I think that that's a great question. Like, common folk, what are they really even aware of? And like, to a degree, that's a fun thing to question. Is like, what are even the heroes in the game aware of? Like, versus what we know contextually as players. And thinking about like the very like minutia of a commoner from Westfall and their perception is the exact kind of world building that makes like that can make for really like compelling storytelling, right? Like it gives you the opportunity to take an average perspective and make it extraordinary because all the different conflicting average perspectives are meaningful, especially when they all come together, right, to try to like make a decision about something. And so it is fun to think, like, you know, would someone in Westfall even know? Would they even have any idea, or would they think that it's some kind of, you know, would it think it's some kind of just alteration to a Draenei that they're not even aware of? So yeah, that's fun to think about.
All right, I got a friend switching over to the Warlock character.
It's bugged. Should I try flying then, or oh my god, I'm just in Dalaran, I'm lagging my ass off. Oh my god, there's gonna be so many fucking people there.
Bro, I mentioned in the COG Discord, Kingdom of Goodness Discord, like, oh yeah, I might be taking a Pyro to TOA, and they were like, no fucking way. I'm like, damn, it's so unbelievable.
That's so cool. That's so humbling. That's cool. It's weird. It's weird to think about because it's not. I'm not like an anti-RP or anything. I think RP is really cool. As I think I've made pretty obvious, but it's definitely just like not something I've always talked about the lore strictly in like a lore sense. Like, it never got really like much into RP, so it's really cool to me that I know and I understand the overlap, but like it's still just like really crazy to me that people
yeah. I didn't really get it until I like started doing it, and now I'm like, this is just how I consume the game now.
That's so it's so much more fun, dude. That's how I look at Final Fantasy. I RP hard in that game, way harder than WoW.
Because of the lack of sharding, it 100% like changes how you interact with the open world. Like it's more of a community.
Yeah.
So like I'm a very small creator, and so I get recognized on the server despite being as small as I am.
Yeah.
It probably helps that my channel is like my character's face, so you can just see me. But you know, because there's no sharding, I'm like walking around and I'm just constantly running into friends.
That's
like
cool.
in Valdrakken or Stormwind or anywhere else.
Yeah, sharding really like. Yeah, I don't know. I understand.
Makes me realize the classic Andes were a bit right about that specific point.
Yeah. Yeah, it is good like for servers and stuff and stability, and that's great, but it really sucks when you're like standing in the same place as your friend and just because you're not in a group you can't see each other. It's very weird. Nice. Let's see if it's gonna work. Oh, my game is fucking chugging. Oh shit. All right. Oh god, people are popping in.
Sounds like my mic is giving out. Oh no. On stream. My ISP is probably gonna be like, dude, what are you doing? All right, you're here? There he is.
Oh my god, the lag.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. Okay.
Someone stole my seat. Oh no. All right, you see me?
No, I can't. Hold on. Okay. I can't see much of anything right now. Holy shit. I've never had WoW test my GPU like this. Holy fucking shit. Okay.
Oh yeah, let me check my task manager, man. I'm curious. What are we looking at here?
Oh, I see you. Okay. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna walk over here. We're gonna take a seat here.
It's not FPS lag, it's latency lag. Oh, it's definitely both.
It's definitely both. There's a lot of unique models on screen.
If you think that this doesn't cause FPS lag, you're out of your mind.
A bit of column A, bit of column B, you know.
Should I turn names off? I can't see shit.
Oh yeah, I had to. You ever seen this many players in one place?
Hell no. No. So do those people in the middle that are going to do something?
Yep, those are the organizers. A lot of them are also streaming. They have a stream team that are dedicated for that. That's why we're stuck in the stands.
Cool.
They have been warned that you're here. I didn't know if they
Warned?
Well,
They have
with
been
a creator
warned.
outside the RP, you know,
I know.
outside the RP sphere, you never know if you're gonna have trolls or anything. trying to show
Yeah.
up. That's why Blizzard GMs are totally hanging out here in the shadows.
That's cool. Does Alt Z still hide UI? Oh, I have a button for that. You know what I really wish WoW had? So FF has this thing where if you hold control and then press up or down on your arrow keys, it changes the pitch of your camera up and down. And I really wish WoW had that. That way that you could like look upward more if you want to by just like adjusting the camera. It would therefore...
Yeah, Narcissus has that.
What?
I don't, so it like kind
You
of
can adjust the camera with Narcissus?
Yeah, there's like a little camera button.
What?
That lets you like change the FOV, pitch, zoom, you know.
Shut the fuck up. Are you serious?
I record all of my footage and all of my videos completely in Narcissus. Do not underestimate the power of that add-on. It's insane.
What? I'm downloading it right now. Also, this that object is busy.
All right.
All right, drop trade.
What?
We're going into the wilderness. Just let's go over the wildy ditch. You drop it, I'll pick it up.
Oh, if you want to know a bit of the who's who of who we're sitting around, Zydric over there, the big Gilnean Worgen, the White Worgen, that is the leader of Gilneas, RP-wise.
He said, I hope you brought lots of film.
Oh, because he's talking to Charlotte, who's the big go-to photographer of Moonguard. Everyone hires them for weddings, events, all that sort of thing.
Okay.
So people would pay Charlotte like in-game gold to do cool Narcissus photos of their character.
Yeah, people do that in FF too. That's cool. I like that. I never got into that in WoW.
And then if you look next to Zydric, the big white Worgen, you can see a Void Elf. That's Pirza. That's the person that runs the channel with me.
Oh, nice. Oh, it's like Zalatath over there.
Gosh, there's so many people. I'm trying to look for all the who's who.
There's so many.
What's crazy is I know a lot of these people because Moonguard is such like a... Because there's no sharding, you actually get like a chance to meet all these people.
Right.
Oh, there's some Void Elves over to our right, standing on the edge. Those guys are big in the black markets. They like to sell forbidden void art and items.
These like who misnomers and Kiath
Yep,
Everflame?
those two. Toma and Kiath. I know them from the black markets.
Okay. So if I need some shit that I shouldn't have,
Oh, yeah.
hit them up. Okay.
Well, because a funny thing is because like, you know, in universe we're very close to Lordaeron, or you know what's left of it, Undercity, until Gilneas. So the Gilnean black market is just full of like really blighted goods for Forsaken peddlers, like in the tunnels.
That's cool. I keep getting some kind of like sound. I think it's someone emoting at me or something.
Oh, a little beep.
Yeah. Someone...
That happens whenever someone says your name or targets you, or you're targeting them and they talk.
Oh.
Like your snooper window.
Okay.
So because when you're RPing, you're kind of like waiting a lot of time for someone to talk back to you. Everyone likes to alt tab.
I see.
So we need little sounds to tell us to alt tab back in.
God, it takes so long for the emotes. Oh, that's funny.
So, Tournament of Ages, big event. This is all for charity, by the way, for everyone in the chat. Blessings in a backpack. If you're feeling generous at all, you can look up their website and they have more about that. If you donate 50 or more, you get an interview on stream.
Whoa.
If you ever wanted to feel like a big streamer, Pyro.
Oh. Cool. Thank you for linking that, Pirza. I appreciate that. Guys, check it out.
Okay.
If you want to contribute there,
She's on the ball.
check it out. Yeah. Thank you.
It looks like they're introducing the racial representatives. So the humans and the orcs coming out.
Oh, nice.
So part of the events that they do here is the main thing is there's a bunch of booths Wow, those are peak human and orc right there. Down there.
Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to get my chat sorted so that I can pay attention to what the heck is going on. Oh yeah, over there on the left.
So there's booths going on where people sell sort of like RP items, or they'll do like sketches of your character for in-game gold, things like that. And that's like the main thing that's always going on is there's a bunch of booths. So like, you know, the Kingdom of Gilneas has a booth, for example, and they have like a menu of like fun little things that you can order. Most of it's like just RP stuff for flavor. Then there's like Sword in the Skull, as Pyro said before I hopped on the call, where you like can roll the dice to where if you win a prize. Art auctions. There's a poetry battle, pet battle tournament. If you ever wonder what pet battlers are, big with the RP community. That's where they're all hiding.
All the pet battlers hide in the RP.
Yeah. My favorite thing about Moonguard dwarves is they all just really want to be Warhammer dwarves. They've got their book of grievances or grudges. I can't remember what it's called. Of just if you wrong them, you go in the book.
A dwarf never forgets. Okay, it's gonna work this time. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is.
Yeah, fun. Like you get like these fun characteristics of kingdoms that like normal lore doesn't really give you. Like dwarves, really nosy people. Anytime Gilneas tries to pass a bill or something that they don't like, they will be sure to let us know. Like the Forsaken bill, they're like, we can't be sure you're a trustworthy ally if you're gonna let zombies on the city streets.
Zombies.
Like, oh my god, can these dwarves go away? It's not your kingdom, dude. Yeah, a lot of politics. People really like politics for some reason, RP wise. Stormwind, of course, is a huge hub.
Oh yeah, politics are a common point of intrigue, I think, especially as people get a little bit older and more mature and start to understand politics a little better. Especially in lands so rife with conflict, makes for very intriguing political opportunity.
Gilneas and Stormwind had a bit of a political spat because Stormwind was like, hey, we would like some wolfsbane to help with medical issues in our hospitals. And wolfsbane is this throwaway herb from Classic and Wrath and I guess Kata. That's like basically kryptonite for Worgen. And they basically have turned it into this giant plot point where like it's a really helpful herb, but also it's like the #1 way to take out a Worgen. And so like the Gilneans are like, no, we don't want to give you that crap.
Why would we do
like,
that?
come on, man, you could trust us. We're Stormwind.
Nothing to worry about at all.
You know, like in character, whenever the Radiant Song was first happening, everyone was like reaching out to like, okay, maybe it has something to do with like cosmological forces. Let's reach out to the Paladins. Are they hearing it? Oh, the Druids are really hearing it. Oh, but the Warlocks and Void people aren't. Curious. Let's piece this together. And that's basing it off of just like how Illyria doesn't hear the song and everyone else seems to.
That's not fair. You can't You can't extend that to everyone else that you consider bad and evil by association with the Void. What? This is heresy. But my minority wouldn't hear it because they're a minority warlock. Come on now. I'm a champion of Azeroth just as much as the next guy.
People have kind of RP'd that like a lot of Minari don't hear it just because they're not from Azeroth long enough.
That's fucking
bullshit. Like you haven't been here long enough. But like a regular Draenei has been. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, without flustering you again, you would fit in great on Moonguard.
You gotta be kidding. You can't. What the fuck? I've been traveling space for over 100,000 years for all you know. I was connected to Azeroth before she was even in this planet for all you know.
Maybe Azeroth just thinks you have a weird vibe. Like the whole like Burning Legion thing was.
How dare you! You say the history of my people as mass genociders and scourers of the cosmos might put me at less than favorable odds with the creator of the universe? Okay, fine, okay.
It certainly makes you not advertiser friendly.
We are limited monetization, that's to be sure. That is to be sure. That's hilarious.
Maybe you can get on Zaxxus's Knowledge Wars. That's about the only place you could get a collab.
Oh my god. Oh, that's funny.
But yeah, like I said, like every major faction in lore has a giant RP guild behind it.
Does the Minari, is Kill Jaden their leader? Like,
Like Draenei are around. Gilneas actually has a Minari that has been sought protection in the church, and it has been a political headache, to say the least, the Minari, because the Illidari keep trying to kill them. So, like, in Gilnean law, and this is the nerdiest thing ever, Gilnean law, you're not allowed to have fel magic without a license. And so, Bedla, the name of this Minari that has settled in Gilneas, went up through the church, put in a letter to Parliament being like, hey, with the current law, my blood is illegal? Yeah, that seems like a problem.
Everything I cast is green. What do they want me to do? I gotta have I gotta have a permit for my blood? Like, what? If you're O-type, you have to have a permit, sir. I don't like the sound of this here, Sixsten. I'm gonna be honest with you, sir. This does not sound right. This sounds like some heavy discrimination going on here, and I don't think I appreciate it. I'm gonna have to stand up for my Minari brothers and sisters, because you know what? Some of us felt like we didn't have any other choice. All right.
Being on Moonguard, I've come to suddenly realize Azeroth is a world of lines in the sand. Okay, everyone has decided to just cut it up as much as they can.
Very much so.
You ask, how does a Gilnean feel about dwarves? Not positive. How about Minari? Not positive. I can't think of anyone they do like. Maybe night elves.
Yeah, Gen Greymane, notoriously well known for his openness to
being a hater
to foreigners. So as I understand it, there is no representative for the Minari Warlocks. Is that correct?
No. As far as I'm aware, I would need to talk to the Draenei. I'm sure they have their own little contingent of Minari.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, wouldn't want to step on the toes of the Draenei.
Though you bring
with
up
how they abandon their world
Gen,
and all.
You brought up how Gen was very like isolationist.
Yeah.
A fun aspect of like world building that RP has done is that with Gilneas being reopened and Tess being queen, and also all the disparate peoples of Azeroth that have like lost their homelands over the years, like Night Elves or other people.
Wait, the Night Elves have lost their homelands? Wait.
Yeah. Gilneas has kind of fashioned itself into like a land of like a melting pot kind of kingdom, because it's like anyone can now move there to have a new city. So like my partner plays a Void Elf. She got exiled from Silvermoon. Gilneas is as close to Silvermoon as she can get, so she's here now.
Interesting. That's not what I would expect Gilneas to turn into from how it is in the game. I appreciate the RP aspect of it, but for Gilneas to be the melting pot, that's...
Well, because Gilneans lost their home and then went across the world and made all types of friends and perspectives.
I see.
And then they all come back together and they bring their friends along with them. And Tess is that change of the guard. Tess is more open-minded. And so Gilneans start off really isolationist, and then through all their experiences, they've now come to be more open. And that's kind of how Moonguard has played it.
See.
Though goblins are not allowed to be citizens, and if I could stand on a soapbox, I think goblins should be citizens, because goblins are neutral in lore. Come on, guys. Someone put a bill in. Fix this.
Neutral goblins. Someone just flew by. Dude, the names I'm going to see are going to get me, dude. His name was Yif Mode.
Man, you guys are really helping the reputation of Moonguard here, okay? Yeah, I remember when I first got into Moonguard, I was like joining their Discord, and I found the common law document. I was like, wait, you have like these like dedicated documents?
Yeah.
And then I found the newspapers. So like there's the Stormwind Daily, which is posted every single day, which is all the happenings of the city. Because Stormwind is like the main hub of everything that goes on.
Right, that makes sense. I feel like
so
Stormwind is often regarded that way in the actual game too.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of political happenings there.
But like, there's like new hubs that are opening up that's like kind of changing in the RP space. I'm very new to the space, so I'm not like super knowledgeable, but like compared to previous years, apparently things are opening up more, especially because Blizzard has like gone out of their way to open things up for this community. So like the new reclaimed Gilneas, there's actually NPCs you can talk to where you can basically be like, hey, go away, I don't want any NPCs, go on, get.
Really?
And then they'll all just walk out and disappear for you.
What? That's dope.
And then you have like And then you have cities like Belmeth, which are like full of these little nooks and crannies that are just meant for RPing. Dragon Isles is very notable for how many like little just random like corners there are.
There's so many beautiful little spots just kind of tucked away. I gotta read this out loud. They said, honored champions and closest friends, the Tournament of Ages welcomes you once more. Gather beneath the shadow of Icecrown Citadel, the fortress of cruelty that sought to enthrall us all. We instead bask in the warmth of Anshe's light from the clouds. Yeah, baby. As the sun continues to shine upon us, let us embrace this renewed year with it, dude. I can only imagine. Oh, man. Holy fuck. If I RP'd a fucking guy who was like, sure, that Anshe was Sargeras, bro. Oh, man.
Totally could. You 100% could.
Oh, shit.
I wonder what the Taurens think about you, actually. I'll have to reach out.
I would love to have a discussion with them because I feel like I got a nice little spin on that, but maybe I don't.
I've logged back in. I'm now seeing the legions of people slowly load back in.
Yes.
Oh, there you are. I'm back.
You could just go around and ask some. That's the cool part. Well, we're doing this opening thing here. Hell yeah, that'll go over well. Hello, I know who your god is better than you do. I mean, hey, I read the books, bro. I feel like I know Sargeras pretty well. And while I don't make the claim that I know Anshe very well, I know that the descriptions of Anshe sound remarkably like Sargeras. So, I mean, I don't know.
You know, Pyro, there's this funny thing that Piers, my partner, does every time you react to one of my videos. She kind of has like a running bet of how long you can go without talking about Sargeras, or how disconnected the video subject can be from Sargeras, for you to still talk about it, dude. And you have failed every time.
He is my favorite fractal in the whole game, dude. It's not even remotely close, dude. Like, every single stream, everything, like, we can't, if you talk about domination, if you talk about paladins, if you talk about Fel, if you talk about the Titans, talk about dragons, I'm probably bringing Sargeras up. So, it is what it is. It is what it is. It doesn't bother me. I have no shame in it. He and all of the fractals of his character are like almost always my favorite characters in the game. It's like Illidan, he, Anduin.
What's so funny is you are turning yourself into a fractal of Sargeras by dedicating yourself so much to the Sargeras.
Bro, I already am one. I go by Pyromancer for some reason. I play a Warlock. My sign is Sagittarius, which is apparently a fire sign. It's all sorts of fucked up, dude.
I'm just saying that, like, if, you know, I'm sitting next to this Minari here, they're going to be like, hey, is that Minari cool? And I'm like, they talk about Sargeras a lot. It's actually
yeah, this
I don't think
Minari
they're fully over it.
is a flat out Sargeras sympathizer, so you might want to steer clear. No, the difference is that I'll never try to justify the burning of multiple worlds. I'll just try to say that someone else did it. I'll just try to say, no, it wasn't Sargeras, it was the Titans. It was the Titan Pantheon. Controlling the demons, using the domination power that they saw through Argus. But that's...
I'm imagining a Minari character now moving to Azeroth, learning about Anshe, and be like, oh, Anshe, dude, that's totally Sargi B, bro. What are you talking about?
Sargi B, bro. That's like
I know that
DJ
guy.
and then you're Sargi B. What's up, homie? Horns up. Like,
Anshe, that's a friend from work.
He is an astute colleague of mine, well respected in the Twisting Nether, among the masses of the hordes of demonic burning legion. They well respect him.
You may know him for his work, like a sword of note.
What sword are you talking about?
Oh, exactly.
But yeah,
they just said.
Yeah.
The presenter just said since 2021 they've raised $76,000 to help food insecure children across America.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, shout out Moonguard.
Yo, seriously, yeah. Shout out Moonguard. You guys can see that in the chat there. Beginning in 2009, Blessings in a Backpacks ensured 30 million weekends of hunger-free joy for over 1 million kids nationwide. That's crazy. Every $5 you raise means one more child gets a meal, and the impact is incredible. 78% of kids felt the love from their... Obviously.
Oh, 33K was last year alone.
Damn.
I wonder how big this one's going to be because of, like sub count wise, just how many people are playing WoW is so much more than last year.
Yeah.
Because it was crazy seeing the sub numbers. We're like at MOP Legion levels of subs. Dead game, by the way.
Yeah, everyone says about every game now. It's so annoying. You're like, oh,
One of these days-
RuneScape, dead game. No. WoW, dead game. No. FF, dead game. No, they're literally all thriving.
I've been playing this game since I was 12 years old for a decade. And since I've started the game, people have told me that I missed it and that it's a dead game.
That's bullshit.
And
As
I'm
you know.
still playing it, and it's just as big as it is. And
Yeah.
people are still saying it's dying. It's dying, by the way. It's dying.
No. The only thing that died was their love for it and enjoyment of it. And that's just sad. But a lot of times it's true.
I swear WoW is just like a game that gives people a complex where they have to like justify why they left.
Dude.
It's such an addicting game.
It really is. It really is. It's like a freaking. It's like a second life if you play it long enough. And yeah, I think it's really hard for people to let go of it. And who could blame them? You know, some of us have been, like you said, for 10 years. I've been playing since 2014, 2013 myself. So 10, 11 years as well. And shit. I mean, I wouldn't go back and change it. Honestly, I wouldn't. If I had to go, someone was like, if you could take all those hours that you put into that and put it into a different game and take it all back, would you? Absolutely not. Not even, no. Not even for a second would I even think about that. All the time that I spent playing RuneScape is honestly, how I think about it is this was all meant to happen for me. That's how I believe it, because I played RuneScape, and then when they tried to turn it into, hey, let the festivities commence. Let's go, baby. Sorry, talking over the whole thing here.
Fireworks just about to start.
Oh, shit. And they tried to turn it into WoW with like action bars and shit like that. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go try WoW. And then I played WoW and I fell in love with this game. And then obviously I got real mad about WoW one day. And then I was like, fuck this. I'm going to go play Final Fantasy. And I played that. And now I play all three. Now I'm really fucked. People are like, Pyro, when are you going to play Disco Elysium? I'm like, I don't know. After I'm done spending another 2,000 hours in my 3 MMOs that I play. I don't know. There's no way. Pyro, please make it a goal to ask the Torn spiritual leadership what they think about Sargeras being mind-controlled on-chain. No. I joke about it, but I'm not going to, like... I'm not going to do that.
Oh, I'll totally ask them, yeah. On your behalf.
Oh, my
I'll
God.
let you know.
I mean, hey, look.
Oh, they love to talk about lore. Do not
No, I bet they
underestimate
do.
their ability.
I bet they
Yeah.
do. But it's kind of like when Velen went to Darnassus and then was like, the light of the Loon is so similar to that of Anaru. And Tyrande was like, you should shut the fuck up.
Oh, you know what you would adore? The church RP. Because they have like such a nuanced interpretation of the light in a way that makes sense in universe. Like they're wrong about the light in a way that makes sense for as much as they know. So like
From the perspective, it's limited, but it makes sense in that way.
Yeah,
That's
like
cool.
they assign benevolence to it and like say the void is evil, and then like
Right.
their explanations for why are contradictory, but like because of dogma and like societal
Right.
pressure,
Kind of the same thing you see out of the Scarlets.
Because like Gilneas is inspired by like Victorian England and stuff like that, and so
Yeah.
that the Church of Gilneas has fashioned itself Protestant based off because the Stormwind Church is Catholic, and so like their in-game interpretations of lore. Gilneas is a little more heretical in like their interpretations, kind of based off history and their real-world inspirations of the churches. Versus the Draenei are a lot more like space gods, with the light interpretation.
That's cool. How it's like it's based on the same cosmological or fundamental force, but the interpretation to it is just so different depending on where it's from. And like I think that, as you're saying, that reflects real life religion tremendously.
Because like I'm not saying that like our peers are doing story better than Blizzard. This is the kind of like absolute minute details that Blizzard could never possibly hope to
Yeah, it's like it's so hard to handle all of that. Like I don't know, that's a tremendous That's like Baldur's Gate 3 level of shit almost, I feel like. But like in an MMO, like that's a lot to ask for. So yeah, I get what you mean. Like it's not to say that it's superior or whatever, but like it's something that Blizzard doesn't even have the opportunity to flesh out. So through logic and reason and collaboration, people kind of I like that a lot. You like develop your own interpretation of it, exactly how that would happen in real life. And it's just a reflection, like art imitating the reality in that case. I think that's really, really cool.
Especially with something that I've really enjoyed recently is like the void interpretation being like, well, if light is embodying like willpower, like if you just believe in yourself, you can summon the light. So like light is this like internal energy that you just kind of summon. In the world of Azeroth, willpower manifests as this magical power. So people kind of said, well, maybe the void is your anxieties. Like there is a level where anxiety is like this helpful thing.
Yeah.
And so in Azeroth,
Definitely agree.
you know, these like anxieties and stuff, you know, they hit a level where you go crazy, but also like they are helpful at a certain point. And in this magical universe, that's just how that manifests.
And I
like anxiety in the real world and shadow magic in Azeroth are the same thing. They just like are so.
It is very much a reflection of mental health stuff. I definitely 100% agree, and I think that one of the best places to find that reflection and like understand how the positives are there, but the negatives are also there, is of course Mists of Pandaria. You know, looking at how pride and those that wield the light are often succumb to pride, and how pride is a good thing until it becomes arrogance, right? And how that can turn into overbearing. Yeah, dogma, exactly. And on the other hand, how that anxiety can drive you to make decisions that could be beneficial or be thoughtful in ways that you weren't, but at the same time could drive you to succumbing to your fears in such a way that you push away people around you, isolative, and you go mad. And so I think that's if that's not the Shaw, you know, and kind of the prospect or concept of like negative and positive emotions and how they benefit or hurt you, I think that's one way that I kind of like I guess break that down in my head is by using the Shaw. I use the Shaw for pretty much anything that has to do with duality, and especially anything that has to do with emotion. Like the Shaw are pretty much just my go-to model of explanation.
With the Gilneas reclamation, and man, I'm starting to realize I'm as bad as you with Sargeras with that. I can't talk. There's the Scarlet Crusader who is so like disgusted by the sight of Worgen working with Forsaken and like accepting them. That like the cognitive dissonance of like their willpower rips them apart until they turn into a light construct. And, like,
that's cool.
See that the light can do the exact same thing it does to void folks. It's just that, you know, I don't know if you watched the Illyria video. You know, my interpretation is that the reason that shadow users always fall is because like societal pressures keep perpetualizing like it stereotypes that identity of anxiety. Like you know, you want to say void is sort of a vessel for like mental illness or just, you know, anxiety in general.
Sure.
By having the stigma of, oh, you're going to go crazy and start like just like, you know, burning things down, that becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you look down at the fireworks show, you're going to see a bunch of Drakthir.
Yeah.
So Drakthir have a lot of cool spell effects that are really great for fireworks show. So that's a out of character reason, but also in character. It's a really fun idea to imagine all these Drakthir who just got freed are really into fireworks. So there's a lot of them.
I can
like,
get
they're
behind
all about
that.
flying around and doing like fireworks shows because they just love explosives and fire. And so you just see a lot of Drakthir firework operators.
Oh, someone said so. Irish Moose said, Blood Elf rep here. Thank you for covering TOA. Thanks. Yeah, of course. Thanks for Sixsten to inviting me. There's a music link for the fireworks if you're interested. They're about to start. I would be interested in that. That way I can get the right background. Forsaken Shadow Priest living the rest of their unlife remembering that time they embarrassed themselves in front of everyone as a child.
Yeah, like going back on the shadow stuff, like Deathwing would have been totally fine if he just like went to his family, like aspects, and just and, like, hey man, I'm hearing voices and like I'm putting all these expectations on myself. You know, like every void user like takes the strategy of like, oh, everyone's gonna hate me if I tell them who I really am,
and
which is like, dude, mood.
It's like really common isolative behavior. Even those who are manipulated by the void find themselves falling into that trap. Here we go again. Sargeras did the same thing. And Farak did a very similar thing as well, where they just got to that point where like they were, for them, it's literal anger and called madness and all that. But it's this, you know, instead of being honest and transparent about what was going on, they were more, you know, willing to isolate themselves. And if they would have just maybe worked together better, then some, you know, for all I know, it wasn't the Pantheon who was controlling Sargeras. It was Death manipulating them through a Mournblade, and they didn't even realize what was happening to them. You know, for all I know. But at the end of the day, like, you're totally right. It's often those that are isolating themselves, and there's different reasons why they do that. You know, the Void sometimes does manipulation for like, you deserve more, like you should make them bow to you. Like it often just plays on whatever your kind of like negative thoughts inside are. You know?
Yeah, definitely like put all that pressure on himself. He thought he had to handle everything himself.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and like that's a thing that a lot of people can relate to. And then the whispers that he had, you know, which we saw in the War of the Scaleborn,
Yeah.
were like, oh, they know that you suck. Like
Yep.
they know that you're not good
Basically
enough to do
taking
this.
away
And they're
like
all
any
just hiding
confidence or
in front of
trust in his own allies. So fucked
Mm-hmm.
up. Yeah, and what's messed up is, as you know, that is just a reflection of sometimes the things we say to ourselves. And that's pretty sad. Anyway, we got some. It's gonna be very loud.
you. There you go.
Whoa, holy shit.
Oh, yeah, they go crazy. This is probably true.
There's a big ass boomkin standing right on top of me. That is not appreciated. Really, dude?
back now. Scoot over a bit, I'm sure. I got the face up move.
Oh god. When a bunch of them go off at once, it makes the music lag. This is cool.
Yeah, I was looking up these all those new lights and stuff. But like, you know, there's a bunch of people down there who are practicing it, and they're all individually
Yep. That's
all
what
doing the same thing together. It's insane.
this is. You have you ever seen Esprit do a dance performance in FFXIV?
No, I'm gonna check that out.
You gotta watch them, dude. They are phenomenal. It's just like this kind of thing. And they'll do like a set of like 8 to 10 songs with different choreographed like dances and like little segments of like monologue and stuff right before they start, and like they build a story. It's really cool, dude. It's the coolest thing I've ever seen in a video game. From players, you know. And this is pretty close. This is pretty cool.
Yeah, there's such as like aspect of the game that you never like think of, and
Yeah.
our peers actually use them so much. Like something I learned is that before the auction house was made cross realm, there was a whole market of like very old feasts from old expansions because the model when you place them, they want a specific one.
Oh,
Back in like Legion, we used to have like these very decadent tables that were very fancy versus like
I remember.
Dragonflight had these stacks.
yep, yep.
So like there was like a whole there used to be like a whole market of like, you know, people who are still making Legion feasts for events.
Just for that, that's cool. Just
You
to get
know,
the
think
right
about
look.
that. Like all those models are just still in the game.
Yeah, just sitting around waiting to be used, and if they're not, as long as you're not doing like current content, then you can use them for anything. So do those pillars that they put on themselves, the personal spotlight or whatever, is that what puts their spell effects so high in the sky?
No, I believe that's just the fireworks how they work. Those pillars are just an effect that they're using.
Yeah, no, but I mean the
I know
Dractyr
it again,
effects.
trees.
All these the yellow
Oh,
portals
those
that
are, I believe
appear.
those were added in Dragonflight. All those Dragonflight-esque effects, like those fireworks were added.
Those are fireworks?
Yeah,
Oh.
I believe so.
Oh. I'm like
I've just seen them being used a lot.
I play
even
Dractyr, so I just
Dractyr
see as like I just see Dractyr spell animations. I didn't even realize that they were a firework. I think they're called fire flights. Damn, look at that. That's cool in the middle. That's sick. Yeah,
Oh,
this
yeah,
is
using Arcane Surge and the Sphere of Bastion.
yeah.
Oh, there's some Breath of Aeons out in a big circle.
Yeah, this is just like Esprit, dude. I think this is so cool.
Oh, spinning crane kicks, peak.
Yeah. I never thought that anyone in WoW would organize anything like this.
They've been doing this for years.
How the fuck did I not ever hear about this?
Yeah, I remember last year people just like were inviting me out to come here because I had never RP'd before, and they just said, "Oh, you gotta go." It's like, you know, this giant fair. And now like I'm in this world, I'm like, oh, now I really gotta go.
This is wild, dude. That was cool.
You know,
Did they do more?
It's crazy to think that like this community. I don't know if they're gonna keep going.
Sorry.
We'll see. Maybe they're waiting for a new song. But like this community doesn't get talked about that much. But like if you look around you, it's huge. Like
Yeah.
you know, there's okay. It looks like they're headed out. They nailed it.
Yeah, that was sick.
But now for the entire week, people are gonna be walking around. Oh, nice bird.
Thanks.
I raised you my own. You get carried, or
Fly!
you get yours daddy.
Fly, Onurelos, fly. Please, Onurelos, you can do it. You can do it! Please! Okay.
It's too late now, but I was talking to Jay about this. They have a date auction because the way they cap off the Tournament of Ages is a giant ball, and you can like auction yourself off for a date, and that's how I'm planning to make all my expansion gold.
That's date auction. Nice. Nice.
I'm hoping that Sixsten, the Moonguard YouTuber, will make enough gold to pay all my mythic rating needs. You should RP walk so you don't look like a tourist.
Oh, I know. I got an RP walk. Don't you worry. I use this, bro. I probably RP walk more than most players. I'm gonna be honest.
Mr. Lore Tour. Yeah,
Exactly.
I get you.
Exactly. Speaking of which, I need to do another one of those soon. I want to do
just
Halls
keep
of
that, just keep
Origination.
that helmet on. I don't want to be seen with a Minari. You know. I don't
Yeah,
want people
yeah. Because the red skin doesn't give it away, right?
Well, maybe it's like part of the outfit. You you got like the red drape over. You know.
Sure. He literally just told me to keep my helmet on because he doesn't want to be seen with me. Did you guys hear that? That's wild.
Azeroth is a place of lines in the sand.
That is wild. I thought we were inclusive here.
My character's only issues with Death Knights actually, because Gunnan.
I mean, I feel like any person has a viable reason to not like Death Knights.
Yeah. Really? Because the Death Knights get really offended when you say that you're not cool with them.
I mean, hey, I can't blame them. I'm the Minari that got offended when you said it.
So if you look around here, you're going to see a bunch of people hanging out by the stands and such. These are the booths that are going to be active all throughout the week.
Nice.
And so, like, using TRP, you can, like, go to them, look at their about pages and stuff like that, and their notes, and they'll have links to, like, menus and such. So you, like, get into your character and you kind of live out here.
Holy
order
shit.
drinks and food.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah. TRP is a heck of an add-on. You can set custom classes, custom class colors, everything you want. That's why when you hover over me, I'm orange, and in chat, I'm orange, even though I'm playing a monk. Now you can see how I people watched for weeks when I came over.
Dude, what the fuck? I'm like, yeah, I've been looking at one for like a while. This is, damn, dude.
Yeah, think of how much lore is all out here.
All the lore, the in-game, the lore. Huh? What the fuck? Let me look at that.
Is that a flame druid over there?
Where? I got some crimes to answer for. I feel like almost any group, if you point out any kind of like individual in this game, I'm gonna have some kind of reason why we should be mad at them. It's not a healthy mindset.
Oh wait, I need to check out this Tauren. Oh, I can't see this thing. I forgot to get XRP.
I don't have anything against the Tauren.
Oh, no one has problems with Tauren. Taurens are chill as fuck.
I also don't have anything against the pandas. They're cool with me too.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, so like imagine all week you just have this going on all the time.
So
just a giant, like, Ren fair on Azeroth.
it's pretty sick, and like it goes all the way around, huh?
Yeah.
So if I light my feet on fire and walk faster with RP walk, does that still count?
What's funny is as a monk, I now have like Jade Walk and stuff, or like my speed stat because I'm like a Mythic Raider. Except on this character, I'm not geared. And so you do have this funny situation where you're like slash walking with a bunch of people and you're just faster.
Yeah. The only.
All right, let's find Tauren and we can ask him about Anshe.
Oh my god.
Oh, look at those like noodle carts and stuff. There's all these like toys that you never think about that people use.
That's
like
cool.
over here. Like those tents behind that noodle cart, that is not part of the actual game world. That is
Right.
Valdrakken tent toy added this expansion that they use for these booths.
That's cool. Like literally just set up booths. You know, is it normally like so laggy that you can't trade each other, or does that like generally hopefully subside, or like?
I'm not sure, because like Blizzard is like aware of this and they're here, so maybe they might do some back end work later on.
I wonder.
Maybe they got like blindsided because they're a bit busy with pre-patch. You have to imagine.
Oh, sure.
So I think because it's pre-patch this year, like it just lined up that it's a kind of a special circumstance.
I wonder if it gives them any useful insight. Sorry.
Yeah, while we're here to the south, there's like the whole pre-patch event going on with the Radiant Echoes and all that.
Oh. Oh yeah. I guess I haven't. I played that pretty much for like 30 minutes and was like, okay, moving on. I'll probably check it out more in my spare time because there's a couple things from it that I want, but yeah.
Oh, the medical security team is over in that tent.
The medical security team? That big white tent over there?
Yeah, so some people are like RPing as like pickpockets and stuff right now. So
oh shit! You gotta watch your back.
Yeah.
You gotta always watch your back. You might be taking my Draenei Fell crystals. I mean arcane crystals.
I know one Illidari that likes to eat arcane crystals like pop rocks and likes to.
Oh, I bet he does. Little addict. Just kidding. I'm the one with the red skin. Tough. At least I'm not green. You know, it's interesting. It's interesting to think about. I wonder. Orcs went from like a orangish or brown to like green and then red. Draenei went from blue to red. They just didn't have green. They said, fuck that.
Oh, what time is Sword in the Skull start? Oh, in 30 minutes.
Oh, shit. Yeah, well, let's
We
make
can
our
get
way to
online
that.
early. All right, so where's the medical tent? Trying to... Okay, Sword in the Skull should be this way. We're on the right track.
And the Life Forge went from blue to white. True. Kind of like Kalia Menethil. She turned white too. Alabaster. That's what I call it.
Oh, here's the Ghanaian booth, I believe. Or maybe that's just some COG members.
There's even a Legion legendary called the Alabaster Lady, I think. Elune's also known as the White Lady, and Alabaster's like a light grayish white. Pretty sure.
Oh, there's someone RPing as a centaur, using a toy.
What the fuck?
So there's a booth of centaur.
What? That's so sick. What the fuck?
Oh, my favorite RP character I recently ran into is, you know, Monarch from the Dragon Isles, the Knoll.
Yeah.
Someone is role plays as a diplomat from Monarch, and they're very bad at their job.
Yeah, I can't imagine that would go very well.
It's basically like Monarch, where they're just basically like saying, like, yeah, I'm the, you know, I'm an emissary, or just over and over again. I'm friendly. Please don't hit me.
Don't hurt.
Oh, what's going on at this booth? Oh, I can't see it. I gotta get cross RP for like cross realm stuff. That's why I told you to be on Alliance, because it's mainly Alliance. It's
Yeah,
funny,
I see that. There's quite a lot.
The faction split. Oh, big rock just landed right there. The faction split is like completely inversed for.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna say
I
it,
think-
bro. I think that I like the Horde faction better, but I think Alliance does have better cities. I fucking hated the Undercity. I hate Silvermoon, and I am not honestly that big of a fan of Orgrimmar. And those might all be hot takes, but I think Stormwind is really good, and I think Ironforge is really good as well. And the Exodar is interesting, but unused. Anyway, alright.
I believe Sword in the Skull is this way.
Ironforge is goated. Yeah, right. Damn, look at that guy.
Wolfmane tribe.
Whoa.
That's the chieftain of the Wolfmane tribe.
It's a fucking sick transmog. Holy shit.
He looks like the chieftain of something called a Wolfmane tribe.
Sure
You gotta
does. Damn.
Nail him for the look.
Yo, if you want to find the best transmogs, bro, you gotta come to this. Like, what the fuck? Some cool shit here.
Oh, people are really good at like fantasy, like cause like, do you remember the old Sixsten transmog from like my first few videos? The blue, garish looking outfit.
Vaguely. Yeah, you look really good now. I think that.
Oh, I don't have this outfit saved. I can't.
I like
put on
that
the
hat.
clown
I need to do the Kunlai stuff. I want that hat fucking bad for my monk.
Oh yeah, and when you go working for him, I put the hat on. I keep a separate headpiece in my bag.
Oh my god. That's so cool. Worth.
Okay, so I'm trying to think of the map here.
Well, over there you got Ice Crown Citadel. We don't go there. It's kind of like Ravenholm.
Yeah, because like, okay, so there was the stage over there.
A monument to our suffering, something, something.
I believe Sword in the Skull is gonna be like right around here. when it
Okay.
happens.
If what, dude? It's not gonna happen, but could you imagine?
Could you imagine?
That would be fucking crazy. What do they roll out of? Like do they give like a certain number?
Yeah, they say like roll out of this much, and you need to get this number to win. So it's gonna be like roll out of 10,000, get the number 5,432.
That would be crazy.
And then so every day the number like goes down
Until
to make
someone wins
longer,
it.
like- yeah, so it goes all week.
Oh shit.
So it'd be really funny if
Let's come
on
back
opening
each day.
Yeah.
Dude,
So-
dude, imagine opening day, instant first roll. No, that would never happen. We can't even speculate that. That's like saying that you're gonna, For my RuneScape players, that's like saying you're gonna get third age. That just doesn't happen.
Yeah. So you get 2 rolls a day, but every time you roll, you get an in-character curse that you need to go over to the medical tent to get
Oh
removed.
shit.
And you cannot roll again until you get your curse removed.
Well, hopefully they don't consider like fell blood like a curse or anything, because I find that highly offensive. With that being said,
I mean, depending on where you're at, your blood's illegal, man. I don't know what to tell you.
that is a frightening thing to hear. As a mortal being, that is a frightening thing to hear. Yeah. Actually, I was wondering, I guess I don't know. Eridar are they immortal? Like a night elf with like the tree blessing? Were they like? Do they get old and
Eridar
die?
are demons, so
Pretty
it doesn't
sure.
matter. When
Yeah,
they
I mean-
die, they go to the Twisting Nether.
Well, no, Minari. I mean, I'm talking about blue Eridar, the OG.
I mean, like
the ordered
valid-
ones.
God knows how long. Old.
Yeah, he's at least 25,000 years old. That guy's real old. Have you ever met him?
Let's be real. Dying of old age in Azeroth is a skill issue. Like,
A skill
it's getting
issue, even
funny.
for humans and orcs. Let's be honest.
Everyone lives forever except humans and orcs, man. I swear.
Yeah. There's been some tough breaks for folks like Orgrim Doomhammer. Not great for that
An
guy.
interesting lore
Varian
question we don't
Rin.
have answered that comes up in RP is: do Borgans age normally?
I would
'Cause, like,
think
Gen
Lycan
is
generally do
ancient.
not. Yeah, Lycan I would think are immortal, just like a vampire. I would think that Worgen, and without further discussion on him, without just saying this, but Worgen and probably also San Lane would be immortal. I would think.
Mhm.
Just to fill the trope of the immortal vampire and Lycan. But perhaps not. Maybe that'd be an interesting twist if they weren't. But yeah, Gen is fucking old.
And he's still like fighting, like he's kicking Sylvanas' ass.
Oh,
in
yeah.
Stormheim.
That lupine blood is flowing through him like, well, my fell blood. But, here we are.
But then, like, you also run into the problem RP-wise of like, why doesn't everyone just become a Worgen? It's kind of OP, especially with a world that's constantly under siege.
I
You
mean-
think the Alliance would take the 7th Legion and be like, all right, man, get in line. We're going to have a Worgen bite y'all.
Don't think that would go over very well. I think things in the world have changed enough to where Garrosh and Sylvanas not being in charge, we probably got a pretty good chance of that not happening. But
Gotta
can
think
make
of the Westfall farmer, though. Poor guy's
Poor
going to die
guys.
at like 60.
yeah, he's gonna die a
Skill
1,000
issue.
times just today from new players. That guy didn't have a
Imagine
chance.
being a Westfall farmer. You just walk out one day and it's like, oh shit, there's an Arcus in the sky. I don't know what the hell that is. I don't like it. And then one day it's just gone. But now that there's a scar in the sky. Shit.
Yeah, one of the things, honestly, that I like to do a lot is I like to really imagine, like, that shit. What if it was real? Like, what if you went outside today and you
Oh,
saw
planet.
another fucking planet, like, floating, like, way bigger than anything in the sky you've ever seen. And it's, like, lit on fire with green and blue flames. And you're like, what the fuck is that? Like, and then all of a sudden, green and black warships from interdimensional demons start warping into the sky. Like,
I mean, that's
how
like
does a
those
human being
TikToks where it's,
comprehend that?
That's like those TikToks where it's like some giant eldritch entity just walking across the sky, and it's like, "Yo, in this situation, what you do?" And it's just like the moon crashes into Earth. It's like, what you gonna do? Die, I guess.
Yeah, I didn't know that there were other options.
You just gotta think about that Westfall farmer, man. You walk up to him, he's like, "Hey, what do you think about the Titans? Are they good or bad?" He's like, "Dude, my son just got eaten by Murlocs. I don't care."
Have a little sensitivity, man.
What's a Titan, man? That sounds blasphemous, man. I care about the light.
Yeah, and what someone said in my chat, Mucho said, if a Lightforged Draenei appeared in ancient Egypt, that dude is being worshipped as a sun god immediately. And you're totally right. And think about how technologically advanced something like a light forged Draenei, you know, the technology they'd have access to would be astounding. Some of the most advanced stuff in the entire WoW universe. So I think that like that tying in nicely with like, oh, the technology that the ancient, you know, Egyptians got, like conceptually, I think that that's like a really fun thing to think about. So yeah, that's the exact type of thing that I would consider is like ancient humans, like how would they take to a Draenei arriving in like a freaking spaceship? Like even in WoW, how does that look? And like, how do you comprehend that? Like, do you tell, you know, and I think that's where like some of the Anshe and Musha stuff comes from is like the comprehension of like incomprehensible events leading people to come up with like legends about it and like how those legends reflect their understanding at the time given the context and beliefs that they had. I think is like the most interesting part about like those fairy tales and stuff that you were talking about earlier.
Something I've learned about technology on Azeroth starting in Moonguard is that it's complete nonsense. Especially because I remember I was
really
talking
is.
to a goblin, a gnome RPer, and they're talking about how they're doing a big combat event, and they said, yeah, so I pulled out, like, I used a gnomish orbital cannon, and I was like, oh, come on, there's no such thing as orbital cannons. Gnomes don't have that shit. And then he's like, actually, here's this one quest line where you use a laser pointer to summon down an orbital gnomish cannon. And I'm like, wow, okay. I mean, like, that's the quest. It's in the text right there.
Yeah.
Because, you know, Blizzard will just play, you know, fast and loose with the tech. And I've come to accept that Azeroth is just such a cartoony universe that the technology is whatever is funniest.
Yes.
Like,
yeah.
The technology in Azeroth is for comedy.
And the goblins and the gnomes embody that very well, I feel. I think that's a great way of putting that.
Yeah, gnomes can technologically do whatever is funniest at that moment. I see a dark iron over there who's currently is just a beacon of warmth. And it just says, this is not a metaphor. I am literally radiating heat. Because he's a dark iron.
Right. Where's he at? Where do you see that?
Oh, he's gone and scattered off now.
Oh.
I'm just like, it's fun to people watch.
That's cool. Yeah, there's so, I mean, it's like overwhelming for me. There's so many.
Oh, what is this, like, silly Volpiraboof? Bard of Yippee-Ki-Yay. Oh, they're a streamer.
Who are you looking at?
Oh yeah, they're being a DJ on their stream. It looks like.
Oh, cool. Oh yeah, playlists and stuff. JM's super duper playlist.
Actually, yeah, let's check out some of the booths just so like to show on stream kind of like what people like.
Yeah, sounds good.
Booths, because like, you know, it's more of like RP heavy stuff. There's a lot of events going on in the Tournament of Ages, that are like geared towards non-RPers because it's such a big event. But there is like the nodal stuff. Oh, there's Herb Vendor. He's a Moonguard streamer.
Oh, nice.
I've seen his videos before.
He does like RP videos, or like what does he do them on?
He does kind of like funny RP videos. Like he's basically like, what if your average player was like walking around and talked to the, you know.
So he's like
RPers.
He's the RP version of like Day 9.
Well, his name is Herb Vendor because he's a night elf drug dealer.
Nice, dude. He's got the herb, dude.
Complete joke of a character, yeah.
That's awesome, though. That's funny. Really, I mean, different ways to have fun with it at the same time, even if your character is a little more silly. That's cool. I mean, acting as if my character wouldn't be a little silly, let's be honest. Doomsayer or some type of self-labeled prophet or something stupid. Whoops.
Oh,
there's a fucking Seth rack right there, dude. Holy shit.
I'm gonna check out this menu from the steps.
I'm just gonna be next to you here.
This centaur menu. I'll send you the link in case you can't find it in TRP.
Oh, it's like a... Sorry, I'm not you, Steven. The menu. Okay. Just like a bunch of tiny URLs.
Yeah. But like,
what the fuck?
another fun thing that RPers do is they have to figure out like, hey, culturally, what does each race on Azeroth like eat?
Yeah, that's... Yeah. That's one of the things that is explored, and I make so many comparisons to Final Fantasy, I guess, but they do that in that game. There's like a couple different quests that are not just in the new expansion, but kind of just throughout the game that are like that. And they use one thing I'd love for WoW to copy from Final Fantasy would be like the way that they structure like crafters and gatherers, and the way that they have like quest lines and storylines for them and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think that'd be really cool. And there's like a lot of opportunity for that type of cultural storytelling through like food and stuff like that. That's something they did in that game a lot, which I really appreciated. I think WoW could definitely do it, but it's a lot of investment, I suppose. 20 silver for a little Argali.
Looks like a plushie, yeah.
Yeah. Oh shit. I can't be looking at a menu that's got real food on it. Oh shit. That looks good as shit.
I'm trying to find the cog thing because I actually got a. Oh, yep. This is the cog guild. Yep, Ghanaian goods. Oh, that's my boss. Well, used to be my boss.
Where?
RP wise.
Oh shit! I lost
Kelsey
you.
over here. It's the next booth over.
Oh.
So another fun avenue of RP is every kingdom also has their version of the CIA.
Like SI7 and shit?
Yeah, so SI7, and then there's the GIS, the Ghanaian Intelligence Service.
Nice.
And I hung out with them for a bit, and she used to be the boss. I actually have
cool.
some stuff on the menu for this. Let me send you the link.
I got booped on the nose by someone.
Oh, that's Anne. She's a good friend. When I got into RP, they went out of their way to help me get accustomed to stuff. They're, yeah, these are all my friends.
Hello. I'm so awkward. I don't know if I should type anything or like. Socially awkward, Andy. Uh-oh. Someone's suspicious of me. Michaela's suspicious of me. I don't know the emotes well enough. I think they're judging me for being Minari. I don't know. You've sown such doubt within me. The DHs are like, yeah, I know.
So like, let me, here's each of these characters' deal. And the one you're talking to, she is a high elf that lives in Ghanaian, but like they were like a young far strider, but then they left the city because they apparently, like, I don't know the whole thing because, like, you know, you got to find out in RP, but they have like a whole they use frost magic now, but they might have done some crimes with fire magic, and that's why they're exiled, something like that. I gotta find out. But now they're like a minor noble in Gilneas, Spellblade. Big with the Grey Council, which is the magic school of Gilneas.
Holy shit.
Orzabel there. Orz, everyone calls him. Absolute beast of a man. He's most notable for being a great cook. Basically a Kultiran that moved here and learned that he's really good at being a cook. Along with, you know, being a light worshipping kind of guy. His most notable claim to fame is he likes to throw cannonballs straight at people.
Oh.
And then we have
sounds
Kelsey.
dangerous.
She used to be the minister of the GIS, the intelligence service. She's retired now. Just now a minor noble doing noble things. Kiski there is a green dragon. You'll meet a lot of dragon RPers because dragons can take any shape they want. And she's very fun because it turns out dragons are really good at being intelligence agents because they can just take any form they want.
Yeah,
but also
shapeshifters.
because she's a green dragon, she can never take anything seriously. She's mostly here because it's fun.
I see. Never
Like
here
being
for
part of
business.
the
Always play.
Intelligence service is just a goofy side project for her.
Typical greens.
Yeah.
Never could stop dreaming long enough to take something seriously. Jesus, that's cool. That's cool that you... So you just like... I mean, I guess for you that's pretty like basic information to remember, but like... You just remember that for like a shitload of people, huh? Oh, there's a fucking demon hunter. Oh no. I used to RP a ton back in the day. Did Kultiran end up having Drust blood?
That's like a fanon thing that Moonguard people have come up with, is that the reason that Kultirans are so huge is because Drusts are like these Rykul settlers of Kultirs before the Golnaean settlers moved over.
I mean,
And
I
so
would
there's
agree
some
with
like
that. Literally
interbreeding
in
there.
actual
Yeah.
lore. Yeah. I would
is
say there's a
interbreeding.
pretty good chance of that. That's
And
cool.
so that's like kind
That's
of
so
the
sick.
Moonguard explanation for why Kultirans are so massive.
That's cool. Oh, right. If you E, you can type whatever you want. Sorry, I'm just like so overwhelmed. Holy shit. That demon hunter looked at me funny when they walked by. I was a little nervous about that. Oh, there's a doctor. There's a medic right there. Are people wearing Argent Tournament tabards like staff or something?
Probably. They typically have in their TRP like staff,
Right, right.
like in brackets. So actually, if you look at my TRP, you'll see a number next to my name. That's actually my health in the combat system that everyone uses. They have a D20 combat module.
What am I looking at?
Combat module. On my TRP, when you hover over me, you see 12 out of 13.
Yeah.
I was a little injured from the last event. I need to fix that. But that's my health because there's a D20 combat system that they've come up with.
Ah, okay. Damn.
So like my build is like, I use defensive armor, so I have +3 health, but everyone like starts out at like 10 health.
This is
And I
crazy.
choose some passives and stuff. Yeah, so like it's basically you're just playing D&D, except you can log in anytime you want and join in on the campaign. And there's like thousands of other players. So they turned D&D into an MMO. And that's what's so cool about RP.
That's pretty sick, but I was overwhelmed by Baldur's Gate, and that's single player, bro. Like, holy shit. I mean, whoa, there's like a fucking there's owls.
You just see some funny stuff on Moonguard.
What the fuck?
Make way. Getting through the crossing.
I feel like wearing a full set like I am here is not a good look. I feel so outclassed in terms
Whoa,
of
look at that
transmog.
Zanalari. He looks so sick.
Where? I don't know which one you're talking
He's
about.
about to walk right by us.
Oh, that tall one. Yeah, I mean, I guess they're all pretty tall.
Oh, you see a lot of like growth potions or like random food items that make you like 5% smaller. Those get used a lot around here.
I was like, oh, that guy's like Tyrion Fordring, and then I was like,
Oh,
oh,
yeah,
that's
yeah, it's
Tyrion
Tyrion.
Fordring. Catching me off guard here.
We'll do a little bit of walking around and then we'll see if we can go back for the Sword and Stone. Oh, here's the Kingdom of Stromgarde. They're very big on Moonguard, even though their lore footprint is a
Holy
little
shit.
smaller than it should be. Like I said, look, that's just a random feast from the old
Rapid
expansion.
Delights Emporium.
Wow, look at that one dude with like the goblin chest and the cloth shoulder, the hat.
Yeah, that looks really good. William Spire. I love some of these descriptions. William is a force to be reckoned with, being a tall, striking man with a unique appearance that sets him apart from others. And you even notice the different conglomeration of gear. I love that. Yeah, my Minari is, I have to say, I think some of my other characters have better transmogs. I used to be on Moonguard a while back. I miss being a barkeep. Who are barkeep? That's cool. They do that in FF too. Like clubs and stuff. They have like DJs in FF where like they throw house parties 6 and like they'll fucking they'll have like a DJ on their stream and they'll like play a bunch of music and stuff and like there's like club lights
I've
and
heard
stuff.
that because what's going on up there? I heard because Final Fantasy has player housing that it's a lot more housing based RP, like house parties and like going to visit friends. Well, this is much more about like everyone goes to the tavern and hangs out. It's much more open. So I've actually
common
met
space.
a lot of people who much prefer WoW's RP because it forces you to kind of go outside.
Yeah. It doesn't all happen in sweaty basements of player-owned houses.
I'm gonna go check what's going on up there. Oh, there's Dominic. He's a good friend of mine. He is now the second in command of GIS because
nice.
of Kelsey left, so
That's
he
Gilnean
had to move up
Intelligence
the chain
Squad.
a bit. Yeah. What's going on up here? Oh, this is the pet battle. That's why Dom's up here. He loves pet battles.
Ah, nice. I've
This
done a
guy.
couple. I'd probably get smoked. I only have like 4 level 25 pets. Damn. So I really need to, before the next one, I definitely need to get some of those potions. Do you want to try trading those to me again? Now that we're not lagging as much, as far as I can tell. Seems like it's stabilized a bit.
I did trade, and it took a little while.
Oh, shit.
But it's a little better.
Maybe not. Come on. Come on. Oh, it worked. Huge.
Hell yeah! Welcome to the land of understanding what the Hoarder's saying.
Very nice. Instead of Nuk Gesh Magnuk Gasa, Magnuk Gesno Rukrevrosh Magnuk Raga.
I gave you all my tongues. I need to re-up.
Fuck. Uh-oh. Wait, you gave me all of them? Hopefully this works. Come on.
Come
Nice.
on.
They went out of my
can do it.
inventory. They went out of my inventory.
We did it.
Let's
Okay.
go. What's happening?
Oh, I think they're about to start the fights.
Oh, shit. There's
Oh,
like
wait, I can finally put my chat windows out in the open because I'm not streaming. Hell yeah.
Oh, I didn't even realize you had turned yours off.
Oh, I hide them behind like hiders in case there's some like TOS stuff behind them.
Oh. Oh.
What's funny is
I'd be worried about that.
if you go through like the WoW category on Twitch, you'll see everyone's face cam is in the bottom left where Twitch is.
Just
and where
to
the chat is.
Make sure we cover that
Everyone
chat
puts their
there.
Face cam there.
Excuse me. That's how it used to be when I raided. Always had the chat covered like that. Just in
Oh,
case
there's
someone decided
Cadabra,
to game of rage a little bit.
This is the magician that scammed me.
This Widmer? Who? Who?
Cadavro here.
Cadaver. Oh, he looks like the shifty sort. He looks like a spoony bard if I ever saw one. Uh-oh, he's taking notice.
Oh, shoot, run.
Not me, not today. Nope.
So a fun story. He's actually been sending me in-character mail because he's been captured.
Oh,
and
shit.
rescuing. And so I believe that Cadavro is a
shit.
fake. Oh no, oh no.
Keep
oh, no,
moving.
oh, no, oh, no.
He stared me down. Keep moving. No,
I believe this
sir.
Cadavro is in fact a fraud because the real Cadavro has been begging me to come rescue him for months. But I've been busy, so I haven't got around to it. Apparently he's in Karazhan Crypts.
Not a place I'd be quick to visit. Mind vision? Oh no. Someone's looking through my brain. I don't like this. Dang, there's so many people. Holy
look at this
shit.
Coltiran Sailor. I know this guy. I think he's starting a new guild.
Business
I love
is
that Coltiran mod
booming. Yeah, this one here.
with the poofy shoulders.
Oh,
Gotta
yeah.
love it.
I love that. That like royal fleet like looking shit. I love that. I'm gonna say it. I think BFA had like some of the best.
Oh
like,
my gosh, for sure.
aesthetics and world building of any expansion.
Oh, there's our owl parade walking by again. Oh, they're longer now. There's more of them.
Oh my goodness. I don't know how I never realized 6 was in KOG. Are you in it or something, or you've just like?
How are you in COG and not know I'm in there? I am always yapping about lore in there. I'm like the go-to fact checker now.
I should have played a rogue. That way I could be invisible.
Oh, hi, Michaela. It is funny. There's a lot of people who haven't put together that Sixsten equals Sixsten.
Oh, I see.
Not saying that's you, but there's a lot of people who are like, wait, are you Sixsten as in like the YouTube Sixsten? I'm like, yeah, same guy.
The paladin who was sus of you. I see.
Average paladin. What paladin isn't sus of everyone?
True. This entire tournament must be purged.
Oh, Undercity Nexus.
The little.
Like the Lordaeron folks.
Oh,
My
shit.
favorite name for a fake, like organization is the Eternal Court of Lordaeron.
That's pretty sick.
And it's a mix of the living and undead folks of Lordaeron who are like trying to build some sort of coalition government. Like they come together to meet to like discuss like the border disputes and stuff like that. So like a recent event I took a part in was there was a bunch of Forsaken who believe that Lordaeron now 100% belong to the undead, and so they're going out of their way to try and kick living settlers out.
Ooh, yeah, that's probably not going over very well.
So like Gilneans went to go deliver food to help the living because the land is so blighted. They need shipments from Gilneas to help feed them.
Oh,
it's like
yeah,
we
yeah.
went to go
Can't
deliver
grow
them,
anything
and
there.
then the Tillers, that undead faction, attacked the shipment, and that was a whole event that we did.
Dude, what the heck? That's so cool.
Yeah, like it's like the sort of politics of like it's like a Game of Thrones level world building in Warcraft. Here's all the gnomes. There's Eidos. One of my patrons, shout out Eidos. I love Eidos. If you ever need some random RP tech bullshit, Eidos is your guy.
Okay. Cool.
He's an AI. He RPs as a gnome computer.
What the fuck? That's so
I respect
cool.
the hell out of it.
That's like right up my alley. That's so cool.
He just switches. Like I'll sometimes see him around. He's just a worgen because he switches like robot bodies based on what fits better.
I love
Because he's
that.
just full on gnome. That's Mr. Orbital Cannon, who I was like, oh, gnomes don't have orbital
That's not a
cannon.
fucking
Nah,
thing.
man. This guy knows every minor little instance of gnome tech in Azeroth. You got to respect the hell out of it.
That's cool. Welcome to Booth 22. Many things to choose from. The Tonk battles are offline, but we do have a Build-A-Bot, engineering supplies, and snacks. That's so cute. Oh my god. This is so cool. I don't even know what to say. Come over here if you want bots. And
Tonk
engineering
battles unavailable
snacks.
due to lag. I gotta come back here for Tonk battles. I didn't know we were Tonkers over here.
Do not touch the displays.
That's so cool. The little
Gotta
thing.
respect that.
The assistant. That's cool. I hope it doesn't bother them that I don't type back. I just don't even know what to say.
But yeah, I don't know. Like coming to Moonguard, I just have this like feeling of like this community deserves more recognition in a way, don't you think?
Yeah,
Like,
dude.
look how much effort and love goes into this.
They do this every year.
Every year.
I would come to this, dude. If I had known this was a thing, I would have been coming to this every fucking year. I just didn't know this was a thing. Like, do you know how many?
Like this
do
is
you know how many people would?
Warcraft is for people.
You know how many people have no idea that this exists at all? Like what? That's crazy. You know how many more people would come if they knew, just to even just check it out?
Yeah, you gotta wonder if there's gonna start being a year where this game just starts breaking.
Dude, I mean, enough people that like do content and stuff like talk about this kind of thing, like you know, never know, like people, things get popular and then the more money they can raise and stuff, and then like that'd be sick.
Oh yeah, cause so like I'm in a Mythic guild and I'll talk about like RP stuff and they're like, Moonguard, isn't that like the weirdo realm? And I'm like, oh yeah, come to Tournament of Ages, and they're like, oh shit,
Yeah.
never mind.
Because
This
all
is,
anyone
like, pretty
thinks
cool.
of is the inn, you know, is Goldshire Inn.
Yeah, it's like a funny meme, and that's kind of like why I set out to like transfer to the realm and like investigate it, because I'm like, that can't be all it is, right? Like with how many people I know who aren't that are over there. Oh, here's the Tarn. Got any questions for him, bud?
Nope. Nope. I was distracted by this guy who seems to be missing the majority
I don't
of his
know. They have a lot
clothing.
of like red aesthetics going on. I don't know. It's like a fractal.
Indeed. Actually,
It's
you
like
know, I have a good
The
point.
Storm Talon tribe.
Where I think I'm looking at NPCs. Oh, they're over there. I'm looking at these guys behind us looking. Oh, okay. Yeah, let me get a little zoom in there. Yeah, you know, they have big horns. I don't know.
Like dragon horns.
Indeed.
Dragons are so scary. Yeah.
Dragons and demons and Sargeras might just be a demon, or I mean Anshe, or well, I mean, maybe I shouldn't say that. Oh, what's going on there? Easily.
Where at?
Oh, just hanging around a little post. We're just having a
That's
discussion.
Thalassian Accord. I wonder what their deal is.
Oh, you raided me. I didn't even realize. I'm such a dumbass. Thank you for the raid.
Because you finally turned raids on. Jeez. I know my poor little 20 view count, you know.
No, don't say that.
I pay my tithe.
My tithe, the blood tithe has been given.
Yeah, don't
Paid
pop
in
it. Yo, what are
full.
you doing popping fell magic over there, man? Come on.
I wouldn't do that.
Shit.
I don't know why it doesn't
Green orb
disappear.
following you, man. It brings a weird vibe.
True. Subs to the Fell
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Swagmaster. Thank you, Jet the Tank. It's a LSC, Madler, Terrorburn. Thank you all. Sorry, Six.
No, you're good. Another thing is I love the new Mop remix stuff because you've seen this character pop up a lot, and that's the Pandaran cook who has a chicken on his back.
Oh, I love that. That's such a good piece.
So look at there currently. I just want to grill for the Celestial's sake. Has a hen on his back. Her name is Jew. Nose broken during event counter 8.5.
It's nice to meet you. Oh my god. There's like so many booths. Booth 23. Grill Master. Nice. Slinging down some grub, dude. Oh, is it okay to be on like mounts if we go slow like that? On the like
Yeah.
walking around? Oh, good, good. I have the perfect mount for this actually.
Oh, no,
One that
no,
would
no.
certainly never raise suspicion. Surely no one will take issue. Surely.
Oh, shoot. Watch out. Watch out. Watch
Oh,
out. Watch out.
shit.
Security. Security. Shit. Dude, put that shit away.
Oh god.
How many? What is this? Scenery for hire?
What the?
I think it's a bunch of mages using mirror images.
It's
Or
Sergeant
companions?
Quackers.
What?
There are a bunch of
Cutie 5
dogs.
scenery for hire? I think it's a bunch of people using the appearance of their companion and then summoning the companion.
What the fuck? The weird things you can do in this game, like
And you just never even think about it. until
no,
they do
just
it.
like just different combos of stuff.
All right, let's start walking our way over towards Sword in the Stone.
That's
I want
the-
a Frostborn.
That's the tree multi-boxer. Aren't we going the wrong way for that?
Oh yeah, let's go the other way. Let's go the other way.
Smooth with it.
Oh, there's the Valdraken Accord. That's an RP guild.
Oh, nice.
act-
Oh, their names are sick. Oh my god, they look sick. Holy shit, they look so cool.
So, fun fact: naming Drakthir is really hard because they don't use dragon names.
No, that's
so like
that's a good
naming a
point.
Drakthir is like an art.
Yeah, Malarek
Like,
is
it's
such a
Malorek.
good fucking name. Snow Squalls, they're all so good. That's cool.
So Valdraken Accord is kind of fashioned itself as like they're very big on like the world soul because of Emir Drasil.
Yeah, that would make sense. The dragons being touched by Azeroth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We've got an exciting future ahead of us, dude. This next saga of WoW is gonna be fucking nuts. I think it's finally time to get some of those payoffs that I tried to tell people for years and years, like they can do it. They're gonna blow our minds. It's just around the corner. Trust me, trust me. And then expansion, BFA, and that was that, and then Shadowlands, and that was that, and I really
Let me explain you
really think
something.
this is gonna be sick.
Here is the roadmap that for Kingdom of Gilneas. I don't know if you're able to show that on stream.
Yeah.
Just to show like how much effort goes into this. Like they already have planned out the narrative of what the Kingdom of Gilneas is going to be doing in the War Within.
Damn.
So like
the
right now is the
fuck?
Radiant Song arc where we're dealing with the song. And then we have like, we're going to just take a break. Isle of Dorn campaign where we're going to, now that the main forces of the Alliance and Horde are moving on to Dorn, that means the Gilneans are there. But Nerubians are tunneling under Gilneas arc. They've got this all planned out.
That's so cool. Over months. So you have like your own like RP sub seasons in the actual game season. What the
Yes.
fuck? That's so cool. What the fuck? What the fuck?
So like, I'm actually thinking of making a video on Moonguard lore as if it's like actual lore.
I think that would be
Like, you know
cool.
how EVE Online has those like digital battles that you like hear about all the time in news articles?
Yeah.
I think you could do that for like Moonguard of like, how do all the different kingdoms / guilds react to the Radiant Song and the actual battle?
That's so cool to think about because one of my favorite things about WoW is like some of the ancient kingdom stuff, like especially like old Arathi, Stromgarde stuff, like you mentioned earlier, like old troll stuff and like the movements of the different like clans and peoples. I love that stuff. So to see that kind of like happen in an RP sense in like modern time is really cool. In like real time, that's sick. That's really, really cool. And this is just one guild.
One guild. Yeah.
Dude, what? Holy
I
crap.
remember I went to the Silver Covenants event in Dalaran, and they had like actors, like players who were like being the echoes, and like they were using toys to like appear as Jaina, or
What?
you know. And so like you're doing this combat, and you're like seeing the enemies that you're fighting.
That's cool. Oh, I lost you there for a second. I just started walking forward. Yeah, being able to like replicate that in the RP sense is really, 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 really cool. Silver Covenant did fucking awesome. Cog is doing some of the Radiant Song series with the Silver Covenant, some of the Stormwind Guard and the Kingdom of Stormguard. What?
Yeah, so that's all together. We actually have a shared calendar. Let me grab that. Boy, do they love their art assets. So we have the. Did I send this to you earlier?
I think you probably did, man, but I've had a long weekend, bro.
Oh no, you're good. Oh, I did not, because last thing I talked to you about was the Anduin music thing that was driving me crazy.
That was
Still
so cool.
losing sleep over that.
Oh, I've shown my stream that like 2 or 3 times now, just referencing him like, and by the way, this music thing. And every time I play it, the stream's like, holy shit.
It is the same
really
music.
Cool. Yeah, it's cool.
So here's a calendar of the different guilds planning their events so that they're not overlapping. So you can see Kingdom of Ganaeus, Silver Covenant, Strom Guard, and then the Gnome Guild we talked to, Operation Genesis.
So
Gnome
they
again.
like respectfully collaborate.
And then the Tournament of Ages, everyone knows that. That's, don't talk about that. Well, they also have like emissaries to each other. So like there's someone in Gilneas whose job it is to maintain communication between these guilds on an IC level, in character.
Damn, dude, in character. Dude, the amount of commitment to this is unbelievable. This is crazy.
Hey, we think we all love World of Warcraft. No, man, there's a whole other level of loving World of Warcraft.
Shit.
What's funny is you talk to a lot of these people, and like I've talked to RPers who don't know what a Mythic Plus key is, because like why would they? They don't do that. This is the game to them.
It's just like
being a RPer that does content is like kind of like a minority thing.
Sure. That's kind of how I feel, honestly, as like a lore guy. At least when I did current content, that's how it felt. It's a weird thing.
They've turned lore into gameplay, which is like, oh shoot, of course I'm into that. Oh, here's the Watchers of Belemeth. I love them. This guild is set up to be the Belemeth guild. I've got a Illidari friend who's not allowed in the main area because,
Yeah, because demon. Yeah. Damn. I'm just like, I'm not saying anything, but it's because I'm like standing there with my mouth open. I'm just kind of like looking at them. It's so cool how like thematic they all are. Damn, dude, what the fuck? I feel like I've said that 100 times today. I'm just like genuinely like I'm so like I don't know. This is amazing, honestly. Like I don't really know what other word to use for it. There are demon hunters in Belemeth. They're at the Twilight Watchtower outskirts, but at least present.
Yeah, there's like an edgy tower where the undead, death knights, and demon hunters all kind of hang out in Belemeth.
That's cool. As an RPer, and they're like consistently there because there's no phasing.
Mm-hmm. So like a cool thing about Moonguard is because there's no phasing, like a lot of these events are just like posted, and then you just go there and everyone's there. Jay asks, are there any Thieves Guild? Yes, there's a lot of crime. Like Gilneas has its own crime division called the Canis Company. It's like a company that's secretly very criminal.
Do they do like murders and shit, like the Dark Brotherhood?
Yep.
Oh,
and there's
fuck.
There's criminal RP, there's justice RP, political RP, medical RP. I've talked to people who run hospitals.
It's like Grand Theft Auto RP. That's another game that has like crazy RP. People get really into.
A funny character I've met is a Death Knight doctor that uses blood magic to heal people and is also a life insurance saleswoman.
Oh, no.
You do not want to know what kind of life insurance they sell, but you can sign a contract and they'll make sure when you're dead, you're good and taken care of.
Oh, yeah, I don't like the sound of that.
It's a lucrative business. People make sure when they want to stay in the fight.
Damn.
So, what's so funny is because of like sharding and combating it, they've learned so many like facets of this game. Like, you may be wondering, we're in this one raid group. How are all these people outside of a group not getting sharded? That's because people have learned if you get on a 2-person mount and you're in a group with somebody, you hop on the 2-person mount, then leave the group and start your own new group, you're now locked to that shard. And that's how they've been able to do this whole thing. So, like, that kind of trick is how they've built up all these massive groups. So, like, everyone here is in these bunch of 40-man raid teams.
That's sick. Velvina is a hospital RP callout. Love my medics. Velvina is a treasure. Leads the hospital RP, medical RP for Gilneas. Dude, what the? That's so cool. This is so cool, dude. There's so much to it. Like, there's any aspect of it that you could imagine. Like, what? Like,
Piers had just lost our art auction. Someone put down $600 for an
holy
artist.
shit.
And 50% of that goes to charity.
Hell yeah. What do they do with the other 50%?
That goes to the artist.
Oh, right.
They gotta pay the artist.
I don't know where I thought that was gonna go.
Where is the sword in the stone?
Yeah, it does not appear to be where we are led to believe that it is. The community would
they're
gladly
talking about
welcome Pyro to learning WoW RP. Thank you. Sorry, Six. What did you say?
Someone in chat recognized the blood DK I was talking about, the doctor.
Oh, Velvina's that Blood Death Knight medic. I see.
Yeah.
What do we see for Tonk battles later? I'm like walking through people.
Oh, like the other day I went to an event that was just like setting up a hospital because Gilneas is a recently reclaimed city, so it doesn't really have like a very solid hospital. But because of the Radiant Song and the Echoes, this is like the first major war being fought near Gilneas since they reclaimed it. So like we got to get trauma centers ready to go.
Oh my god.
So like there's a minute. So like Gilneas is the Kingdom of Gilneas Guild is separated into like separate ministries. I talked about like the Intelligence Ministry. There's the Justice Ministry, Parliament, the Ebon Blade chapter there, the Illidari, the Drakthir. These all have like their leaders. They have like letters that they send to each other.
Dude, that's fucking. I don't even know. Like, I can't. That's insane. Like, you have like a whole governments for each city. Like, what the fuck? You have consultants of foreign affairs. Like, what the fuck? In WoW? Like, oh god, he's stalking us still from afar. I'm not here. We don't notice him. It's not real. Sorry, that spoony bard mage came by again. He's not a bard.
But then you have like all the interplay there. Like Parliament gets letters from the dwarves being like, "Hey, we don't like what you're doing," or like trade agreements, you know.
And so everyone like kind of stays like engaged with something because like the different like levels of structure for the RP is there. You have like nation-based stuff, then you have like individual stuff happening in each guild. Mm-hmm. And then you have like
private military companies that like, you know, holy shit. There's all types of guilds. Like there's some guilds that are just like 10 friends who like tell little stories about, you know, like they're running their own little D&D campaigns. Have you ever done the Quel'Dalar quest?
I actually have not. I'm terrible.
Oh, it's
I haven't
down
done
here.
I haven't done a lot of legendary quest lines.
The sword in the skull is that big sword in the lake. Someone whispered me.
Oh, that makes sense. I'm gonna get on a little mount here and run on down. Honorelos, you know.
Is this where it is? Oh yeah, there's the line.
Oh shit.
Oh, look at the line.
Oh boy.
Look at that sword.
That's quite a sword. I mean, I recognize it, but I've never done the quest. I should do some of those. I've never done like yeah. Damn. Damn.
Just peek around it. That's crazy.
Yeah, I should do like Hand of Ragnaros and like Quel'Dalar and Shadowmourne and all that stuff. I've never done any of those. I never did any legendary stuff from before Mists of Pandaria, so most of the good legendary stuff I've never done. Staff of Terragos, I've never done that or anything. Pyro, you could play like dwarf like Sargeras, Witness, going from house to house. Do you have the time to talk about our Lord and Savior Sargeras? No? Well, it wasn't optional.
I mean, you could imagine like starting a whole guild that's just a bunch of Draenei who believe Anshe Sargeras and they're paladins, like Sunwalkers.
Damn, I could.
Like, could you imagine a bunch of Draenei Sunwalkers because they think Sargeras is?
And then if they were wrong, it'd even be cool. Who cares? Like, it'd be kind of sick because
Yeah, you just kind of roll with it.
yeah, like it doesn't even have to be true. Like if it doesn't work, if it doesn't turn out like that, then like how that affects them and their faith being shaken perhaps would be. That's like fun to think about. That's cool.
And then, like, you know, sometimes we have like spoilers that we know in advance are going to happen, like with War Within, and so like some guilds are already doing storylines that are kind of like preparing for that. I'm not gonna say it because obviously on stream.
Sure.
But like, you know, you kind of roll with the punches. So like for example, let's say you know let's say Gilneas, you know, turns out in the lore Gilneas is gonna disappear or like it's gone. You know, what would the Kingdom of Gilneas Guild do? Like the Kingdom of Gilneas Guild until recently was just called the Gilnean Concord. It was like an organization of Gilneans that lived on a random made-up island.
Yeah.
That represented Gilnean interests. But now that Gilneas is like a kingdom again, we've become the Kingdom of Gilneas again. What, you know, the inverse can happen. You know, the guilds adapt to the world.
Right. So yeah, dude, that's so cool. That's so cool. This looks so cool. I wish I could play on US. This is really cool. IRP with the.
If you're on EU, they have Argent Dawn. That is their Moonguard equivalent.
Is there one in? Yeah. Never mind. Imagine Tauren telling Draenei about Anshe and their myths and stuff, and the space goats are like, "Well, we know that, dude." You know. The Teldrassil Guild had a really rough time. Ooh.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Teldrassil's a great example. Or, you know, Lordaeron, I mean, Undercity. Like, what do you do when the city's blighted? You gotta find, you know, what does your people do? And, like, that's something that, like, World of Warcraft kind of, like, does in passing. Like, they'll put Night Elf refugees in Stormwind to be like, that's where they went. But, like, you know, that's where all the Worgen refugees are. Like, how does Stormwind support Night Elf Worgen refugees, like, 3 kingdoms shoved into the one city?
Yeah.
Well, RPers answer that question. What was that like? I mean, I personally wasn't there for that, but, you know, they had to deal with it.
That's awesome. It's like, yeah, like we said before, it's all just like still within the lines of what would be reasonable and stuff. I think I've seen a whole heck of a lot, and I'm going to look around as well as long as I'm still in the group. But
And it's going all week, so if you want to come back again, just hit me up.
I will do, dude. This has been really cool. Thank you so much for showing me all this. It's been like overwhelming in a positive way. It's really, really cool to see. Like, I've just never seen anything like this in WoW. So.
And you got to shout out Jay for helping us.
Yeah, Jay, yes.
Like a collab.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he's always good about helping remind me, and I've got stuff going on, so I really appreciate it, Jay. And did Pyro get a link to the Tournament of Ages Discord? I don't think so. I can get one from Six or whoever as well, though. So we have.
One, two,
yeah. All right,
I
dude.
didn't want to just throw a bunch of stuff in your face.
No, that's okay. That's all right. Yeah, I'd be happy to check it out. If you want to know more about the Tournament of Ages, those running at the charity of the schedule, they have a Discord here. Okay, there you go. There you go. Sweet. Yeah, thank you so much again, Six. And if you guys aren't familiar, Sixsten, wow, you know, go give him a follow. He's in the title. I have him added in the stream title, so go check out his stream and make sure you follow. And like he's mentioned, he's a smaller creator, but he makes
mostly
great content. And, yeah, mostly YouTube stuff. Yeah. Yeah. And most of you have seen me react to his stuff as well. So yeah, thanks again, dude. I really, really appreciate it.
Thanks for checking out Moonguard.
Yeah, dude. Not how I envision Moonguard, but you've definitely changed my perspective on it completely. So yeah, I think this has been really productive and eye-opening.